Hello, everybody. Joe Raznik here, and I'm glad to be part of the program today. As I was putting this video together, one of the objectives is how do you convey to like the high school kids? I had in my mind high school kids who want to be able to like work the mobile truck, and what are the elements it takes to cover a football game. And so this is really less about playing football and more about the technical aspects of what it takes in order for the largest game there is on the planet and huge coverage. What does it take technically to put something like this on the air? This is 20 minutes long, and it's not complete. It needs more work. You know, there's always this, oh, if I only had one more day, I could make it perfect. One more day, well, I need one more day, but I said that yesterday too. So take a look at it. Let me know what you think, how it might be more appealing to the high school crowd. We contain, technical information, but at the same time want to keep things moving. So here, we'll play this it's about 20 minutes. I can stop it easy in between if there's a question. So anyway, so here we go.
For every player in the NFL, the Super Bowl is the ultimate goal, the pinnacle of a lifetime of effort. But reaching that stage isn't about one game. It's about the grind of every week, every practice, every hour of preparation. The same is true for the broadcast team. Delivering Super Bowl coverage requires relentless effort from thousands of professionals, directors, producers, camera crews, engineers, working together day after day. Each decision, rehearsal, and adjustment builds toward one flawless performance on game day. Just as the athletes prepare for their moment under the lights, the production team prepares to deliver the ultimate television experience, capturing the drama and emotion of football's greatest stage. This chart shows how the broadcast rights for the Super Bowl have rotated among the major television networks over the decades. Starting in the early 1990s, CBS, Fox, NBC, and ABC each took their turns bringing the game to millions of viewers. Alongside the networks, you can see the host cities, ranging from Tampa to New Orleans, Atlanta, and even Detroit. What's striking is how the Super Bowl has grown into more than a football game. It's a carefully orchestrated broadcast event, with each network showcasing its own style and technology. The rotation continues through 2030, reminding us that while the teams on the field change, the legacy of America's biggest broadcast lives on from one network to the next. What you're looking at here is the broadcast compound layout for a Super Bowl production. This is the hub where dozens of mobile production trucks are parked outside the stadium. Each unit has a specific role, from video and audio mixing to replay and graphics. These trucks are tied together by a dense network of fiber, power, and satellite connections, which allow signals to move seamlessly between them and back out to the network's headquarters. The photos show just how massive the compound can be, stretching across parking lots with rows of trailers and satellite uplinks. Think of this as the central nervous system of the broadcast. Everything that viewers see at home originates from this interconnected setup right outside the stadium. When the cameras roll on the biggest broadcast of the year, two names are at the heart of the action: director Mike Arnold and producer Jim Rekoff. These CBS sports leaders guide every frame you see on screen, from the pregame buildup to the game-winning moment. Arnold calls the shots from the director's chair, deciding in real time which of dozens of cameras will tell the story best. Meanwhile, Rekoff orchestrates the larger vision, blending replays, graphics, and commentary into a seamless broadcast. Together, they lead a team of hundreds, ensuring that Super Bowl reaches millions of viewers around the world with precision, drama, and unforgettable energy. When you think of a television crew, the technical director is the quarterback. Sitting in front of a wall of monitors, he's the one who calls the plays, switching between cameras, graphics, and replays in real time. At Super Bowl L18, that responsibility fell to Mike Tiffy. With dozens of cameras covering every angle of the game, Mike's job was to execute the director's vision instantly and flawlessly. Every cut, every transition that you saw at home went through his hands. Just like a quarterback on the field, his decisions set the rhythm of the entire broadcast team. When it comes to crew size and scope, the difference between a regular season game and the Super Bowl is dramatic. For a normal NFL broadcast, you'll see about 12 to 20 cameras and a crew of 150 to 200 technical and production staff. But the Super Bowl is on an entirely different level. These broadcasts often feature more than 140 cameras, including super slow motion, robotic units, augmented reality, and even goalpost cameras. To give an example, CBS deployed 165 cameras for Super Bowl 58, and the overall operation involves between 1,500 and 2,000 credentialed staff and media members, far beyond the scale of a standard game. Covering a Super Bowl requires a wide variety of cameras to capture every angle of the game. We have hard cameras mounted in fixed positions for consistent wide shots, handheld cameras along the sidelines for close-up action, and RF wireless units that give operators the freedom to move anywhere on the field. Robotic cameras are placed in the end zones and high angles for unique perspectives, while the Skycam hovers above the field, providing those dramatic overhead views that fans love. The diagram here shows the exact placements, sideline coverage, end zone angles, and elevated positions around the bowl, working together to ensure no moment of the game is missed. Every camera has a specific role, and the coordination of these feeds is what creates the dynamic broadcast we see at home. One of the most important tools in live television production is the camera tally system. Tally lights are the small red or green lights on top of every camera, but their role is huge. When the light turns red, the camera operator knows they are live on air. When it's green, they know they are in preview, about to be used. This simple signal is essential for coordination. It tells camera operators when to stay locked on a shot, when to hold steady, and when it's safe to reframe or adjust. For the director and technical director inside the truck, Tally ensures that operators respond instantly to their commands. Tally systems aren't just for camera operators. They're just as important for the announcers and on-air talent. The red tally light tells them exactly which camera is live, so they know where to look and can make direct eye contact with the audience. In a Super Bowl broadcast with dozens of cameras pointed their way, this simple signal prevents confusion and keeps transitions smooth. It also works hand in hand with their IFB earpiece, providing both visual and audio cues. For talent, the tally system means confidence. They know when they're live, when to hold their position, and when it's safe to reset. It's a small light, but it plays a big role in making the broadcast polished and professional. Audio is just as important as video in a Super Bowl broadcast. To capture the energy of the game, we use a variety of specialized microphones. Parabolic reflectors are placed along the sidelines to pick up the sharp sounds of the field, like quarterback calls and the crunch of tackles. Field FX mics capture the ambient action, while crowd microphones deliver the roar of the stadium to the broadcast. The announcer booth has its own dedicated setup to ensure clear, professional commentary. All of these signals feed into mixing consoles, where audio engineers balance and blend them in real time. Intercom systems also keep the entire production crew connected, from camera operators to directors. Together, this audio network creates the immersive sound experience that makes viewers feel like they're right there in the stadium. Now we move inside the main production truck, the heart of the broadcast operation. This is where the technical director, video switcher, and replay operators work together to produce the live show. The video switcher, shown here, is like a control panel that allows to cut between dozens of cameras instantly. Every decision, whether it's a wide stadium shot, a close-up replay, or a graphic, is made here in real time. In front of the crew is a multi-viewer wall, displaying feeds from every single camera in the stadium. This gives the director a complete picture of what's happening and lets them cue the next shot with precision. It's fast-paced, highly coordinated, and crucial for keeping the broadcast seamless for millions of viewers watching at home. The video switcher shown in your slide is a large-scale broadcast production switcher, the kind used at Super Bowls and other major live events. These network-level switchers typically handle hundreds of video inputs. For example, Grass Valley Cayenne Carrera or GV Corona series can handle anywhere from 96 to over 160 plus inputs. Sony XVS series and Ross Acuity models, also common at NFL games, support hundreds of SDI IP sources. For a Super Bowl, multiple trucks are often networked together, so the effective number of available inputs is even greater. Every game camera, replay server, graphics feed, commercial insertion, and backup path must be accessible on the switcher. So while a smaller broadcast switcher might have 16 to 32 inputs, a Super Bowl production switcher is usually running 100 to 200 plus video sources. One of the first responsibilities of the technical director, or TD, is setting up the monitor wall inside the mobile unit. This wall is the TD's dashboard. It shows every camera, replay server, graphics channel, and program feed in real time. The process begins with labeling. The TD assigns each monitor to a specific source: camera 1 through 20, replay angles, graphics, transmission paths, so the crew knows exactly where to look. Next comes layout. The most critical shots, like the program feed, preview feed, and main cameras, are placed in prime viewing positions, often front and center. Supporting sources such as specialty cameras, ISO feeds, and backups are arranged around them. Once the wall is mapped, the TD verifies signal flow from the router, ensuring that every input is clean, stable, and synchronized. Finally, the TD double-checks communication with replay and graphics operators so that any change on their end instantly appears on the wall. By the time the game goes live, the monitor wall is more than a set of screens. It's the nerve center that lets the TD see the entire production and make split-second switching decisions that keep the broadcast seamless. For the lead audio engineer, or A1, setting up the monitor wall is about building a control center for sound. The first step is assigning each loudspeaker and meter display to the right audio source: play-by-play mics, sideline reporters, crowd microphones, parabolic field mics, music playback, and intercoms. Next, the A1 lays out the monitoring meters so the most critical signals, like announcers and crowd, are positioned in the prime viewing area. Supporting sources such as referee mics, locker room feeds, and international mixes are arranged nearby for quick access. Once the layout is set, the A1 verifies all signal paths through the console and router, making sure each input arrives clean, balanced, and in sync with video. They also set up solo monitoring, so any channel can be checked instantly through speakers or headphones. Finally, the A1 coordinates with submixers and comms operators, confirming that every cue, mix-minus, and talkback circuit is working. By the time the broadcast begins, the monitor wall isn't just a display, it's the A1's window into hundreds of audio sources, ensuring every word, cheer, and note comes through flawlessly for millions of fans. Another critical part of preparing the mobile unit is setting up intercom and communication systems. These systems connect every department: cameras, replay, graphics, audio, transmission, and production, so hundreds of people can operate as a single team. The process begins with mapping. The comms engineer assigns each panel, belt pack, and wireless unit to the right position. Camera operators talk to the director, replay operators link with the TD, announcers connect with the audio booth. Next, routing is configured. Using systems like ClearComm or RTS, the engineer builds party lines and point-to-point channels so conversations happen instantly without interference. NFL officials, stadium operations, and production control are also tied into the network to keep game timing precise. Finally, testing is critical. Every headset, panel, and wireless channel is checked for clarity, volume, and redundancy. Backup paths are established, so no communication is ever lost. By kickoff, the intercom system becomes the invisible glue holding the production together, allowing hundreds of voices to coordinate seamlessly and keep the broadcast on the air. The announce booth is where the voices of the game bring the action to life, and setting it up is one of the most important tasks on site. The process begins with microphone placement. Play-by-play and color commentators each have precision broadcast mics positioned for consistent, clear pickup, along with backups in case of failure. Next, headsets and IFB earpieces are configured so announcers can hear the program mix, their producers' cues, and each other without delay. These systems are carefully adjusted to avoid echo or bleed that could distract the talent. Monitors are then set up to show the program feed, instant replays, and stats graphics, giving announcers the same view as the audience at home. Additional confidence screens may display real-time game data or clock feeds. Finally, all connections, audio, video, and intercom, are tested with the mobile unit to ensure seamless communication. By the time the game kicks off, the announce booth is a polished, self-contained broadcast space that allows the commentators to focus entirely on telling the story of the Super Bowl. Instant replay is one of the most critical elements of any football broadcast, and at the Super Bowl, it's powered by EVS replay servers. These systems let operators pull up multiple camera angles in real time, then feed them straight back into the broadcast. To capture the action in detail, super slow motion cameras record thousands of frames per second, so fans can see everything, down to whether a receiver's foot was actually inbounds. Operators use jog wheels and control panels to cue clips, create highlight packages, and deliver them instantly to the director. This fast, seamless workflow ensures that no moment is missed and that the audience at home gets the same level of drama and detail as if they were right there in the stadium. Today's Super Bowl broadcasts are loaded with graphics and visual effects that go far beyond a simple score display. The graphics team delivers real-time elements like the score bug, stat overlays, and even player tracking, all updated instantly as the game unfolds. Augmented reality also plays a starring role. Think of the famous yellow 1st and 10 line, digitally placed on the field to guide viewers, and more advanced effects, like virtual stage sets and dramatic player introductions, blend live video with computer graphics. It all relies on powerful graphics servers and split-second timing. The result is a broadcast that's not only accurate, but immersive, dynamic, and easier to follow for millions of fans watching at home. Once production is complete inside the trucks, the next step is delivering the signal to viewers around the world. The Super Bowl relies on multiple layers of transmission to ensure reliability. High-bandwidth fiber lines carry the broadcast from the stadium to the network's main control center, while satellite uplinks provide backup in case a primary path fails. Redundancy is key. Every feed is duplicated across at least 2 independent routes. This way, millions of fans at home never see a glitch. These data centers and network hubs form the backbone that carries the game from the stadium all the way to living rooms across the globe. Lighting and power are the backbone of a world-class Super Bowl broadcast. Stadium lighting must meet exacting standards, washing the entire field evenly so every play is crystal clear. No shadows, no dark spots, just perfect coverage for the cameras. But light alone isn't enough. Power must be rock solid. That's why redundant systems are always in place. Multiple feeds, massive UPS units, and portable generators on standby. Because for millions of viewers, the show can never stop. Even in the face of failure, the lights stay on and the broadcast carries through without a hitch. One of the most jaw-dropping features of modern NFL stadiums is the massive video board. At Cowboys Stadium, the Mitsubishi Diamond Vision system holds the title as the largest HD screen in the world. It costs $40 million to build, packs in 30 million light bulbs, and spans 25,000 square feet of dazzling displays. The structure itself weighs over 600 tons, suspended 90 feet above the field, stretching nearly from one 20-yard line to the other. This four-sided center-hung design was the first of its kind in an NFL stadium, setting the standard for immersive fan experiences. And during the Super Bowl, it becomes more than a scoreboard. It's a stage for replays, graphics, entertainment, and fan engagement that electrify the stadium. Redundancy is the safety net that ensures the Super Bowl broadcast never goes dark. Every critical system, cameras, replay servers, switchers, and transmission feeds, has a backup running in parallel. If a primary path fails, the backup takes over instantly, so quickly that viewers at home often never notice. Power is also fully redundant, with UPS units and generators on standby. And contingency planning goes even further, with protocols ready for severe weather or major technical failures. This layered approach is why millions of fans can count on a flawless broadcast, even under the most demanding conditions. As we've seen, the Super Bowl broadcast is far more than covering a football game. It's the coordination of thousands of professionals and the most advanced technology in the industry. From tally systems guiding talent, to replay capturing every detail, to redundant systems ensuring nothing goes dark, the result is a broadcast that millions can trust. It's the perfect blend of teamwork and innovation, turning the biggest game of the year into the biggest broadcast in the world.
And, putting it together, it goes in phases. And as I'm looking at this, I'm going, oh, we should have made that longer or this short. There's 100 things could have been made better. But so that's what this was all about. So I think that if this works, I guess feedback, obviously it's got to be shorter. I think I started out with a 40-second script for each slide. I think that needs to go down to about 25 seconds for each slide so we can shorten things up a little bit, I think, or
I don't know, I think that, maybe some of the images could have been full screen and you could have had less text and then she would be the voice would be talking.
Right.
Thanks. So I think that if you had
Oh.
some of the images full screen and just had her reading, because it sounded like that what was being read was what was on the screen.
Yeah.
And maybe any more images that you have,
right?
Because it's so interesting to see. Even for me, who I'm not someone who watches a lot of sports, but to see all the different types of cameras and all the different positions and where they were around the field and everything, and just even the numbers involved. I thought that was really interesting, and just to see that setup, so good. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have more photos to share.
Well, and that's that. Oh, if I only had one more day. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But the way that was created originally was I came up with 10 PowerPoint slides, totally visual, and then I took the 10 PowerPoint slides, right, and then put it into my friend chat. I said, listen, give me 40 seconds of audio track, a script for each one. Okay, so then it did. And then, of course, it's not perfect. You got to tweak it and make it a little nicer. And so it was originally, so then the first step layer is to do it in PowerPoint and then put the voice in PowerPoint. I had to go through 3 or 4 different voices. The best one, quite frankly, is the woman on ChatGPT.
Well, we could probably get you a real, are you going to turn?
Oh, a real.
He's going to turn. Oh, we could
a
probably get you a real voiceover from our, one of our volunteers or staff who might
Well,
be
that's
interested in that.
fantastic. See,
Yeah.
what is.
Hello? Are you? Oh, now you're going to put me on. Oh, did you hear me before? Anyway, like I've never seen. I mean, I've been producing, my entire we'll say 25 plus career years, and
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like with this point of view. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised if it got a lot of views because I feel like people are interested in that behind the scenes look, and you usually don't get to see that. So I did a
Right.
show for a while during COVID before I was here, and it was called In Production, and then I would interview people behind the scenes, and this just makes me want to
Oh, yeah.
do that podcast again because I think it's so it's so interesting to see the variety of careers. And I mean, you spent how many years doing
Yeah,
this?
4 decades.
4 decades,
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
a lot of a big body
Yeah,
of knowledge
yeah,
there. Thank
yeah,
you
sure
for
is.
sharing it with us.
So, yeah, it was great fun. Really nice to put it together. So maybe the next one we do is for basketball and the basketball season. Yeah, we can do one for basketball, get ahead of the game a little bit. And I don't know, the kids at the high school here or whatever, I don't know how the usefulness, where the focus of it should be. But so what I do want to say is how incredible the technology is. When I first started back in 1975, it was, the machines were like 70 pounds each. We carried 3 machines with us in the big thermodyne cases. Our airplane tickets were more for the excess baggage than it was for the seat most of the time. And it was so heavy. This entire 20 minutes was put together with nothing more than a laptop. All I had. I didn't have a library full of videos. I didn't have, fancy equipment like back in the old days, big mechanical stuff. So it is absolutely amazing at what can be done. So anyway, it's great. And thanks for the opportunity to be here and show off a little bit, and look forward to our next project. So,
Thanks, Joe.
okay. Thank you.